reports suggest President Joe Biden is mounting a host of reforms for the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, these include ending lifetime appointments for Supreme Court justices and also bringing a new ethics code. The president is reportedly planning to publicly support the reforms. If done, this would make him the first sitting president in generations to back dramatic changes to the way the nation's highest court operates. Dipali Saxena, my colleague, joins me this morning, in fact, in the studios to tell us what this would essentially mean. Dipali, very good morning to you. Clearly, like we said, this would be a very big move if that would actually happen. Just for the benefit of our viewers, tell us more.
Well, good morning, Nivedna. Of course, it seems like elections are being fought in the United States, not only on the ground or, White House, but rather also in the US Supreme Court. Now, Biden is considering to endorse few changes that may change the way how the Supreme Court operates. Number one on this list is introducing a term limit for the justices that are in the Supreme Court. So currently there are 9 justices, that's a full bench. 6 of them have been appointed by a Republican president, and in fact 3 of them have been appointed by Donald Trump himself. So which again explains the recent hard right rulings, in fact, whether it be on abortion, whether it be on gun control, and in fact the ruling on Trump's immunity bill itself. So that is one change that Biden might endorse. The second is relates to how the ethics code might be brought when we talk about justices of the Supreme Court. Now, why this? That's because there's a justice, a very senior justice. He has been there in the Supreme Court since the 1991. His name is Clarence Thomas. Now, he is right now engaged in a controversy where he is accused of taking lavish trips, tours from a billionaire Republican donor. So, which is why it becomes important to bring a new ethics code of conduct for these justices. And the third is relates to a constitutional amendment when we talk about presidential immunity. If that is endorsed, it might even overturn the historical ruling where the Supreme Court itself said that Trump has some presidential immunity when we talk about his official acts in the election subversion, in the federal election subversion case rather. But there's a caveat over here. Now, we know that the Congress is divided, and in order to bring any of these reforms, Biden will need the support of the Congress, and that too in the run-up to the elections, which, they are in November. We are just a few months away. So we know Congress is divided. It will be a difficult, Biden will face difficulties if these gets introduced in the lower house. They might get, Republicans will block it. However, upper house, as we know, is led by the Democrats. Secondly, if a constitutional amendment is needed, in that case, a ratification from 38 states would be needed. That is nearly 75% of the states. That also seems very unlikely as we go to as we inch closer to the elections. But let's wait and see where this goes from here.
Absolutely. We'll have to only wait and watch as to how this would unfold. But essentially, thank you very much for putting things into context for us as to what really prompted this, if it really happens, that is. But for the moment, we'd have to leave it at that because of shifting our focus